All right. First things first, hello and Happy New Year. This is just an in general daily tarot reading. I pull one card or two or three or how many ever I feel at that time, mainly one. And it's just an in general pull for the day, and it helps me to understand the day's energy. I use it as a guidance, and I follow through with this card. Today, this card is extra special though, because this is January 1st, 2018. So this is the first card being drawn in 2018. This is our daily tarot card, but this card I feel is going to tell us a lot about the year, the month, and of course today. Now, I've already done my spiritual routine, which I do every day, which gets me so high just naturally. So these cards are cleansed. I've meditated over them. They're ready to be read, which is why you're looking at the card that was already drawn for today, which is no surprise because we draw the Hermit. This is such a card for the new year. We are all going within at this time. But let's tap into this card. Let's just feel its messages here. Okay, so it's the Hermit. Make sure. Okay, the Hermit. Okay. Alrighty. So the Hermit is always a card of, going within. It's a card of problem solving. It's a card of a personal journey. It's a very spiritual card. It's alone time. It represents solitude. But let's feel this more from an intuitive level now, from a more visual level. All right, so with this being our daily tarot card, first card we're drawing in January 2018, we have failed. We have failed. We have failed, and we're disappointed. We've disappointed ourselves. We've disappointed ourselves on a grand level. We've fallen into some very old habits, patterns that doesn't serve us. I feel some of you are recovering from ill health. I feel like many of us have been neglecting ourselves, and that's what we want to get back in touch with this new year. This new year is all about personal fulfillment. Okay, this is the Hermit. This is a 9, okay? And 9s are personal fulfillment, personal journeys, independence. This is a card that really requires you to go within. And when I see this card, I know it's time to meditate. I know it's time to unwind. I know it's time to step away. I know it's time for a break. I know it's time to come up with a new plan. Like I said, this is a card of problem solving, strategy. So it's figuring out, but you need to figure out within this quiet time. So to me, this card is clearly saying to us today that this is a day for ourselves. This is not a day, this is really a great day to get out a notepad and write down our resolutions and our goals. And it's good to always, what I like to do quite often is, when I often see this card, I've reached a level of overwhelming when I always see this card, and I feel like I just was on such a good track, and then I don't know what happened, and then this will show up, and I know it's like time for me to just go over everything and resort everything in my life and however it goes. So oftentimes what I do is, like for your new goals or whatever, write down things that bother you. Write down things that bother you and then what you can do to change them. So, in a sense, write down your problem and then let's on the side write the solution, okay? Because this card is it's a problem solving card. It's a strategic card. So, the answers are within this card. But I like to always write lists and make goals and do things like that because it just keeps me that much more in alignment. And at this point, we're out of touch with ourselves. So we need to do whatever it is to get back in touch with ourselves. With New Year's Eve, the holidays, I feel like everyone's been everywhere but here with ourselves. So it is definitely a day to focus on yourself. And maybe there's things I feel like some of us need to face today. We need to face. Or today, the key is to be solution oriented, not problem oriented, okay? Because I feel like in this card, we can easily focus on the wrong that's going on or what we don't have or just dwelling on the negative aspects of our life. Something feels messy in our lives right now. Like there's things we don't want to face or things that need to be taken care of that we're trying to run away from. But this ain't that. Today is a day to take care of yourself. If there's something important you need to take care of today, today is a good day to do it. I also feel like with this card, we just need to relax. We just need to relax, okay? Solutions will present themselves today. But at the same time, we need a shift in our perspective. Because what I'm feeling with this card is that for all of us, because this is in general, so this includes me too, but I feel like for all of us, we have the answer in front of our face. We see the light. I feel like we know what to do. And we're playing this poor me, this attitude, this lonely, this poor me. What? Like I feel like a failure. Poor me. I feel like a failure. Why me? I'm feeling punished. Like those feelings are coming with this card. I'm unworthy. I'm not good enough. Yeah, like why are these feelings coming up in this card? Are we of that nature? But see, we're see, this is what I don't like about us with this card. See, I'm getting all these feelings, like I said, like poor me, or I'm a failure, or I'm not worth having that, or I'll never get that, or it's a lot of focus on like what I don't have, what I don't have. But at the same time, I'm mad at myself right now. I don't feel bad because I feel like we've let this go on for so long. I haven't failed in every area of my life. There's a lot of good areas, but there is a lot of other things that I know personally I can be better about. And like just we've let things go on too long this way. So let's say we've drowned ourselves in this misery. This is like a misery loves company kind of deal going on here. Like In a sense, I want to say, good for you. That's what you wanted, that's what you got. Or like now we're pissed off because we just went through a whole year and we've got nothing but older. But what have we really gained, maybe? You know what I mean? And we're still moping around. So this card is full of complaints and unsatisfaction and self-pity, and I don't like that. I don't like that because I'm feeling that from this card. And it's like full of poverty too. Like, are we really seeing ourselves in this bullshit ass light? Like that we can't have what it is that we want or what we desire? And why are we more focused on the problem? We need to be solution oriented. All of us. I know the areas in my life I am definitely going to become more solution oriented. Well, I'm a more solution oriented person, period. But this is in general. This is all of us together. And I do feel with this card that me, you, many of us are just dwelling on problems. And by problems, I don't mean, what I mean is just the areas of our life that piss us off, that we don't have enough in. I don't know, what is that in your personal life? I can think of like 3 things in my life right now that I don't have, but why? Because I haven't went within to find the right way to get these things. Because this is another thing. This one quote is ringing hard in my head right now. You cannot do the same thing and you cannot do the same thing and expect a different result. Okay? And to me, that's what I'm seeing with the Hermit. Like, when I really look at this card, all right, I feel like his eyes, this dude's, oh, come on. I don't know. I feel like his eyes are looking down, but the light's above his eyes. Okay? So, like, we're focusing on the same old shit, the same old way, and I guess the answer is, like, that's not the answer. It doesn't work that way. We need to look up, okay? Lift our heads up. It feels like the answer's right there. Like, I just looked up and looked at my bright-ass lamp. Like, the answer is right there, you know? We need to change our thinking. This is a very analytical card. We need to analyze ourselves. We need to analyze things. We need to come up with a new solution. Okay? We need to see the light. This card serves as a good dose of contrast. Okay? See, I love when I get cards that are not to my most pleasing. Because even when they're cards that ain't giving me a positive message, or I should say us, because it's us together, it only represents that there's contrast at this time. And what's the opposite of contrast? Desire. So let's say the more shitty we feel about things is just the more we want things our way. But the only thing that I just hate with this card that I keep getting within is that, you know, like, we need to be more, we need to act more on our impulses or our inspirations or the ideas that come, because there is something about this dude's long beard, this long cloak, the hood, just, there's something about this that's just like, you've just sat and collected dust. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like you've only gotten older, or we've only gotten older, but there's no, like, grand gain within, or, like, we've been letting this go on too long. It's like the length of the hood and the beard and the cloak that is just like, something has been going on too long. And we haven't gotten shit out of it. So it's almost like either we let things go totally and just, because I feel like there's like old shit with this card, like we're hanging on to, like there's old stuff. Like, this is a day too to filter out, or like, I don't know, like let's say you have like an idea you've been trying to do all year. Well, now here you start a new year, and if you've done nothing but sat on that idea the whole year, then maybe it's time to go over that idea and say, hey, it's time to eliminate that out the equation. Problem solved. You know, like this is like even this could be personal makeover for many of you, like the hair. Like maybe some of you just need to cut your hair or change your wardrobe or your clothes, which is funny because I'm actually letting my hair grow. But anyways, I'm just feeling though that we're not happy, but we need to not be happy to get where we want to be. But this card is so spiritual too. Like this card to me like always feels like listen, or like there are things. Okay, like what I notice with this card too is oftentimes things repeat to me. Like in my quiet moments, I'll keep getting a hunch to do this or a hunch to do that, but I won't do it, or maybe I don't know. Let's drop the procrastinating this year. That's another word that's ringing with this card is procrastination. That's a problem. That's a problem, and that's why this is a solution-oriented card. The procrastinating, it's procrastinating. Many of us have procrastinated all year, and this procrastination has got us nothing. I mean, his environment looks totally blank. You know, he's got this staff in his hand that to me it looks like he's even leaning on because dude looks like he's barely able to walk. I feel like such weakness with this card, like ill health or like, I don't know, a weak level. We've reached a weak point. We failed. We just want to drop and hit the floor, but you know what? We can't do that, okay? But then you got this light in this dark, empty environment. You got this light. And to me, that's like ding, ding, ding. The answer is there, okay? The answer is there. It's within. But we got to stop being so dead within, and we need to wake up and get in alignment. We're out of alignment. We need to get up, okay? So today, I seriously want us to make that list, go over it. I'm going to make a list, and I'm going to write all the shit that bothers me and what I'm going to do to fix this. And I am a super optimistic, motivated person. I can't wait to get started on this. Now, I know this video is getting pretty long here. Let's pick one more card just to sort of see give us like one more little chunk of insight to why, although I feel like this is enough here, but let's go ahead and see maybe one more card that can give us some insight to what's going on here. Oh, and we got the Ten of Swords. Okay, so we know that's a harsh card, but it tells us of the energy of this hermit. It helps that way. Okay, so with the Ten of Swords, this is, see, we are not happy. The Ten of Swords just, like I said, failure on many levels, but it's okay because it's a 10. It's over. I do not feel like this is saying that there is pain in store for today. I'm not feeling that, but I do feel like I do feel like there needs to be a new way. 10 is the end, and now this guy has no, this is like hitting rock bottom. It's like hitting rock bottom. That's like hitting rock bottom. And here's the light at the end of the tunnel. So let's say with this 10 of Swords here. Sorry, I'm not good at this crap. Okay, so with this 10 of Swords, you feel defeated on every level. You feel like a failure on every level, just about. But that's okay, because you're not a failure. Because now the Hermit comes with his energy. And he's going to help you to go within. He's going to help you to succeed, but got to be open at this time. Got to be open to receive within. You got to listen within. You got to be quiet. This is a card it's a card of solitude. People don't have the answers for you. You have the answers for you. Okay. Let's pull one more card. I just want to pull one more card to see what his light is shining on. Okay. All right. Let's see. His light shines on the star. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. It really is. I am just like, let me see, because I want to make sure. So, what does this tell us? There's still hope. Okay? There's still potential. There's still possibility. This is a card of healing too. So many of you, this is a health combo here. This can relate to health. And the Hermit, the first thing he gave me was the impression of ill health, but the healing's coming. The star comes in. If anyone's dealing with a health issue, the 10 signifies that it's the end of that. And the star shows the recovery. And on a different level, us personally for today, the star brings in new insight, new inspirations. She calls for us to have faith, to trust, to persist, to be consistent. She is there. She reminds us that we're not failing, that we are on the right path. She is spirit. We need to be connected to source. We connect to source by going within, like the Hermit's energy. There's pain on a grand level here. It's a 10, and it's the 10 of Swords. But it's been failure after failure after failure that has brought us down to this Hermit energy, that has us totally down, stressed in the dumps, that pushes us into the star's energy, that actually shows us the light. Okay? This is the believing without seeing. This is, see, like I feel with the Hermit, it's like we're not believing enough, we're not trusting, okay? And we're so down. We're too, you see, Hermit is Virgo's card. And the one thing, I know quite a few Virgos, and I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way, but the one thing that I noticed about Virgos is they can just be hard on themselves and hard on others. And, you know, like, things can just be difficult. I always feel that they're hard on themselves and they're hard on others all the time. And with an attitude like that, you're never satisfied. And this is Virgo's card. So we need to stop trying to be so perfect, let's say. And we're not just failures, you know. We need that contrast. But like what I'm feeling, like here we have 9 and 10. I feel like we have this grand push within us for personal change and personal fulfillment. And making ourselves number one. It's all about us this year, but today, with the Hermit being our card, It is a card about us. It's a card about solutions. It's a card about, it's a card of hope. We need to be hopeful today. We need to be inspired today. We need to change things. Maybe there's 10 different things in your life that's pissing you off right now. Make your list and don't be surprised if it comes out to 10 main things that are upsetting you at this time that you may want to change. Get your alone time, because your alone time is where you're gonna get the insight you need. Your alone time is what's gonna bring you feelings of hope or feelings of solutions and things working, inspiration. Except that this year's over and you are now in a new year and it's time to be a new you. I think we're just all ready for this. And I love that the star is our last card here, because this just shows us that spirit is over us and we are being watched at this time. No matter how negative and critical of ourselves we feel, we are being watched over at this time. So with that being said, focus on yourself today. I know I am. I hope everyone has a wonderful day and definitely a happy new year. And I will catch you tomorrow when we pull tomorrow's card. All right. I really like that star came out. That makes me really happy. Yeah.